Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. Here I'm going to discuss different types of charts in Excel. So basically why we use a chart is a very basic question, right? So definitely whenever you have to compare data between two categories, two or more categories, right? So in that case, chart will help you to compare the data in visual representation, or chart is basically visual representation, so that we can use to compare the data for many or different categories, right? So now the question is, what is mean by category? So let's say you have a data, this kind of data I have. Order is some kind of data, order date, delivery date, ship mode. Okay, so for the business purpose, ship mode is one of the field, right? Then segment is one of the field. And if you filter this data, if you look, it has only four values. It has only four values, but that four values are continuously filled for 5,000 rows. So these values are representing something related to business. That is what a category. So these ship modes are representing what type of shipment used, right? Similarly, segment is nothing but product category. I mean, it is a consumer or corporate or home office category. So like these categories are nothing but to simplify your business, to simplify the terms that something is used. And when developer has to analyze the data as per the category, okay, definitely we can use pivot table that I discussed in my previous video. So here we have to see next step, how we can present the data visually. So Excel has different types of charts: column chart, bar chart, pie chart, area chart, line chart. So purpose remains same. You have to compare which one is the highest, which one is the lowest, and for that, okay. So now let's say if I want to create a chart, how I can create a chart? Definitely, I should present the data. But if I wanted to view the data by these four categories, I cannot go and I directly prepare, cannot go and direct select the data. And if I go to insert the chart, okay, this will not work. Definitely, it will give you a chart, but it is very bad chart. So you can see that it is taking a long time. So that will not work. That is not a good idea to prepare the chart on entire data. Right. So this kind of chart will be prepared. Is it not good? Okay. So what you need to do, you need to first create a small table. You need to summarize the data. You need to aggregate the data. And once your data is ready in small table, then you can use chart to present the data. To summarize the data, what we can do, we can simply create a pivot table, and later on that pivot table, we can create charts. Okay, so to insert pivot table, here you have an option to insert pivot table. You have to select the pivot table option, and here you can create a smallest table. That is what the pivot table is, nothing but a summarized table that you need to create first, then you can use. So now I want to view the sum of cells by ship mode. Yes, definitely it is very easy, right? So here we have 5,000 rows and here we have 4 rows only. And now we can compare the first class sum of cells by ship mode very easily on chart. Here even since this is very small, okay, but if I add a few more things to this, if I add segments to this segment wise, so this is little bit difficult to compare. You need to compare the number one by one, but I don't want to do this. I want to compare this on chart. Yes, see, you can do here you have option pure chart, so you can click here simply, or you can go to the insert tab. Here you have an option to insert tab. So Excel has column chart, bar chart, and these are the types of charts. Okay, if you want to view the data in 3D format, Excel provide that features also. So basically it has three types of charts. First one is cluster chart. This is whatever you can see on screen. Then stacked column chart and 100% stacked. So this is how it 100% stacked column will present your data in the form of percentage. Stacked column will present data I mean it will take the total of that row, whatever the category we are presenting, okay, and it will divide the total into different colors to represent what is that value indicate, or what is the value for that particular category or segment, whatever the fields you have selected depends. Okay, so let me select this. So this is what a chart I have created, and now I very easily I can talk on the data, right? So if you compare chart versus pivot table, so chart is more talkable, more presentable, right? Very easily you can compare, and you can simply say that in standard class, the consumer segment has highest sale. Yes, definitely. Similarly, we can say that in same day delivery, what is there? Home office segment has lowest sale. This kind of presentation you can prepare in your organization very easily by using pivot table and charts in Excel. Then how to customize the chart? If you want to change the view, definitely here they have added a few options. For format, you can change the format, okay, and based on or look whatever look goods to you. Okay. So in the format, we definitely have different options to change the view of this chart. So we can use anything. There is something called design. If you want to pick the ready-made designs, yes, Excel has a few suggestions or a few recommendations to pick the design. You can pick the design accordingly as you want. Then pure chart analyze. This is for the pure chart that I discussed already in my previous video, so I'm not going to discuss same thing here in. So in the design, there is something called pure add chart elements. Okay, if you want to add some fields, more fields that are related to chart, definitely you can add. But how you can do that? So by clicking on this add chart element, you can do that. Right here, you will get an options for access titles, then title. Okay, these kinds of actions options are there, but same options you will get here also on by clicking on this plus symbol. So here if you want to show the access data, yes, you can select access data, otherwise that chart will not have any meaning, right? So definitely access should be selected. Then if you want to add access titles, so you can add access title and you can write anything whatever you want to write for that specific vertical chart or horizontal axis or vertical axis, I can say. Then if you want to add the chart title, definitely you can add the chart title. How to add the chart title, I will discuss. Okay, so your title should not be like single word like sales and all. So you have to say what you are presenting against what on chart. So I will say sales by segment, right? Segment is also used. Sales by segment, and then I can say by ship mode. So this is what I can use. Okay, not show mode, it should be ship mode. Okay. This kind of descriptive title you are supposed to add for the chart so that people can easily understood what for what purpose or what that chart is indicating, what it is showing. Next is if you want to show the data, you can select data labels. If you want to add the data tables below the chart, you can add data tables. But if you add data tables, you don't need legends. Legends is nothing but here you can see that some kind of chart related information that color code indicates which bar is representing what. That is nothing but a legend. So these kinds of options you have to manipulate or you have to change the view of chart. Then legend if you want to show, you can add, you can remove. Data table if you want, you can add, you can remove. Chart title if you don't want, you can remove. This is how chart is designed in Excel. You can draw a trend line. Whenever you click on trend line, it will ask you to select the anything that is what we were able to see, or in between what in between this for all the ship modes you can compare the trend line. That if I select, okay, what I was selected, so if I say linear, so for consumer segment, what I can say, that sales amount is increasing from first same day after same day, second class is there and standard class is there. So for standard class has more orders in consumer segment. This is what a conclusion of this chart by using trend line. So trend line if you want, you can add, you can remove. If you want to directly switch the segments and ship modes, you can click here. Data will be presented for the segments against ship mode. So this is how it works. You can change. Now we have more charts. If you want to change the chart type, you can go here and select change chart type. Whenever you click on this, you can use next chart 100% only stacked columns, then 100% stacked. Okay. So what is the difference between 100% stacked and stacked column? So let me select stack column. Earlier, we were able to see the values for three different columns, right? I mean, we were able to see three different columns for each of segment, right? But here in this stacked column chart, we will not see three different columns. In one column, they will highlight the categories that what we have selected is segment, right? So for home office, what is the amount? So what it will do basically what it will do, so let's say this is my first class. So for first class, one two three segments are there, right? So it will take total value, and that total will be presented on the graph as a single bar, and out of that, color coding is used to represent the consumer value, corporate value, and home office value. So here you can over the mouse, and here you can see that series consumer, right? Series consumer value is 74101. That is what represented here. So this is how you can use stacked column chart. If you change this chart to 100% stack, what will happen? It will show you the value. It will say whatever the value will be there, okay, that will be treated as a percentage, that will be treated as 100%, and that is what divided into three colors. 100% is divided, and here you can see the values. But if you want to view this data in percentage, definitely you can view. So you have an option here. Whenever you click on the right click on pivot table, and if you go to the show value as, and here if you say percentage of grand total, definitely you will be grand, okay, not percentage of grand total. I supposed to select percentage of row total. So here you can see that this is what 100%, and this is what the data percentage data is presented in stacked column. Against this total, these three will be presented. So percentage you can see here in column D5 or D5 cell, 25.50 percentage are represented for home office. That is what we are highlighting in the chart also. So here you can see that for home office, point first class value is 25.50%. This is how it going to work. Same kinds of charts are there for bar charts also. So normal bar chart, but stacked bar and 100% stacked bar. So only difference between column and bar chart is that column charts are vertical representation, bar charts is horizontal representation. Then there is something called line chart. The values will be connected, okay, points will be connected by lines. And let me change this to value so that we can see value. I don't want this in percentage, okay. What I can do, I can change the view from here. Now right click and value as no calculation. So it will show the comparison between three segments: the consumer segment, corporate segment, and home office segment for different classes or different categories of shipment mode. So yes, in any of the chart, any type of the chart, you can compare the value. There is something called area chart. Area chart is again it is very similar to the line chart. Okay, instead of drawing a line, what it will do, it will fill the area by that color. This is what representing, or this is how it looks, area chart, but it is not much different than line chart. Then we have pie chart. Pie chart, you can present the data in 360 degree circle. Automatically it divides the data, okay, for specific categories. So consumer point, okay, so four colors are indicating that four different ship modes, and accordingly. But there is a problem with pie chart that we cannot compare all the categories, or we cannot present all the segments at a time in one pie chart. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to select one by one charts. Let me add data labels so that you can see something is changing. And by default it will show the data for consumer. Okay, if I deselect consumer and if I select corporate, view will be changed. If I go here and if I select home office, again it will change the view. So basically it will show the data for first category only, or first segment only. This category is nothing but what field you have selected, that is what your one type of category. So after pie chart, we have again other charts also. So if I click on change chart type, not sure what happened to my Excel. Somehow Excel is closed. Okay, let me close this. My bad. So what next is that? So if you go and if you select change chart type, area chart we have discussed, scatter chart, definitely you can plot if you have two value columns. In that case you can use x y. Okay, and comparison purpose chart, map chart you can use if you have a data that is for country and city, state columns are there, you can use this. So how to use map chart, I will demonstrate. Let's say I have a data, sales data for various country. Okay, for CONTRO country. So what I will do, I will say India, China, Russia, Pakistan. So these four countries I have. I will say 100. I will say 20. I will say 50. 50 for Russia and 5 or 10 something called for Pakistan. So this is what my table. And if I wanted to add the or if I wanted to present the data on map, yes, you can select here like this, and it will print the data like this. So colors are used. If you want to change the color, definitely you can change the color. Okay, that is for. So here you have an option to select the color and how you want to present data. So basically, the scale, something called a scale is there on your chart, and that scale is representing whichever has highest value will be presented by dark scale. Then China has second highest value, so it is representing by little bit faint color. Extreme faint color is used for the extreme lowest value, and for middle value. So this is how gradient is used. Okay, on your scale, and you can view the data, or you can present the data on map chart also. Okay, then map chart, scatter chart, scatter you can use. So like this, we have many charts. So what is the tree map chart, sunburst chart, histogram? Histogram is used for the different purpose. That is what for basically used to see the distributions that we are not going to discuss here, because I am taking Excel for data analysis only, and that is what not used in data analysis. That is what used in EDA. That data must be used for machine learning and all. So then what waterfall chart, funnel chart, and combo chart. Combo chart is nothing but combination of two or more charts. So we can use that also. So how to use tree map, sunburst, waterfall, and funnel. So these five charts: tree map, sunburst, okay, waterfall, and funnel. Yes, these four charts, not five. Four charts required hierarchical data. What is mean by hierarchical data? So let me delete this. Okay. So when something comes to you as a hierarchical data, then data should be of same category. Let's say I have a sales category, right? So I can categorize the data. If I have a sales category data, and here I can say leads are nothing, number of leads I'm going to write here. Okay, so suppose there is a something called sales industry treat every inquiry as a lead. So lead is nothing but how many people are interested to buy their product or their services. So let's say I have 1,000 people, but definitely when 1,000 people made an inquiry, they will not purchase. Obviously, I mean 100% thousands of thousands will not purchase data. So definitely there will be something called verified. So obviously sales team is verified, going to verified. that how many are seriously interested. I will say 750 are seriously interested. After that, again, one more category, let's say we can add that booked. Out of 750, everyone is not going to book, right? So let's say 500 are booked. Even though people may have booked, but they may cancel the order, right? Whatever the service or product they wanted to buy. So we can say purchased. So out of that, let's say 300 people are there who has purchased the service or product. So this is what the categorical, I mean hierarchical data. It is in the same category, right? All are representing, all these numbers are representing leads only. What happens to that lead? So these are the subcategorized. So this is what we can say, that it is a hierarchical data. Okay. And when you have these kinds of data, then you can use these charts. What are those charts? Tree map you can use, sunburst you can use, waterfall definitely you can use, funnel chart you can use. So this is how you can, all these charts you can use. And if you want to change the view, you have a, definitely you have a option, multiple options here to select the views and present your data. So based on your data, what type of data you have to select. If you have a data in country and all category, then you can use map chart. If you have a data hierarchical data, then you can use these tree maps, sunburst, or waterfall, and then funnel chart. So these charts can be used for. Otherwise, other charts, whatever the charts we have already discussed, that column chart, bar chart, line chart, area chart. So those charts are specially used to compare between multiple categories, compare the data. Right? This is how charts can be prepared on your data. But before preparing a chart, you need to summarize the data so that you can have a less number of fields which are to be compared and which are to be presented on chart. I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.